What's up, my bearded roast beer maniac here. Now we're on the Jimmy Butler rumor mill, and it's kind of like Kyrie Irving 2.0. And by that I mean the decision of last year where Kyrie was like, "Hey, I want out of Cleveland. I just think it's best we separate right now." And to me, that's where Minnesota is with Jimmy Butler. And I would prefer, or at least I think they would prefer. I'm not sure, to get this out of the way and get some talent in before preseason really gets going, so that way they have time to develop chemistry, because you don't want this to happen. Get the assets back in day one, have a team that's not really played together, and then just throw them out on the court. So Jimmy Butler, where he is mostly interested, as far as I know from what I read, he's mostly interested in going to the Clippers, Knicks, and Nets. Most likely candidate for me would be, or at least out of those three, would be the Clippers, just because they have the talent that Minnesota could be interested in. The Nets and Knicks do have the assets with decent young players and stuff, but they're still in that area where I don't think they'll give it all just to give a max contract to Jimmy Butler. It would be interesting to see Butler and Porzingis pair up, or Butler and D'Angelo Russell. That would be interesting for sure. But also, I've been hearing rumors that possibly the Cavaliers might have some leeway in a trade, but the only one I could think of that would make some sense to me is because you're gonna have to pay Jimmy Butler max contract if you're the Cavaliers, because obviously he's a free agent after this year. So I feel like getting rid of Tristan Thompson to clear some cap room is extremely important. His salary is $17 million, and he's a good, solid rebounder, but his offense is kind of lacking. But obviously he's only a one star, so in this game it wouldn't go away. So in a realistic trade, you'd probably have to throw in probably some unprotected first round picks, maybe a second round pick, and some other talent as well. Now looking at the roster, there might not be too many people that Minnesota is interested in. I mean, you got Zizic, maybe Decker, Fry, who's old as fuck, so probably not him. Rodney Hood, who kind of last year, so we'll throw in Rodney Hood. I was originally gonna think about throwing in Larry Nance, but I don't want to. Now, would this trade go through? No. So you could add the exemption for Dwayne Wade, and would that go through? No. But realistically, I think what the Timberwolves would be looking for Jimmy Butler is someone to pair with Karl-Anthony Towns. And I don't just mean, oh, replace the shooting guard with a shooting guard thing. That doesn't always happen. I mean, we had the Isaiah Thomas with Kyrie Irving, point guard for point guard kind of thing, but not necessarily that. They could find a relatively okay shooting guard as well. A good center if you want Cat to play power forward, a good power forward if you want Cat to play center. That could be some things they are interested in. I don't know too many teams that have the necessary assets that can deliver. One understory that I would love to see, and I would absolutely love to see, is if, let's say, ignore everything on the left side, if you just like threw in a team that just drafted a young center by the name of Mo Bamba. So imagine this. I know the financials probably don't work too well. They throw in it's just a magic Minnesota Timberwolves trade right now. Imagine, I don't know how the financials would work, so I apologize ahead of time. But imagine that you have Nikola Vucevic going to, let's just clear that right now. Get that out of the way. You have Nikola Vucevic going to Minnesota to pair with Karl-Anthony Towns. Now, why I think this would be an okay decision for the Magic is you have Fournier, who's a good, solid guard. I don't think he's a huge, he could be one of those guards that plays huge minutes, but not as a starter, and still do tremendous. If you if you bring together Jimmy Butler, Aaron Gordon, Mo Bamba, and stuff like that, you could maybe trade away like a Jonathan Simmons. No, I don't think that works. You have a lot of you have a decent amount of big man talent here. You got Timothy Mozgov, which that's kind of sad, but you have a lot of big men. That's what I'm trying to say. You have Aaron Gordon as a power forward. You have Vucevic, Bamba, Mozgov, Birch. You have a lot of centers, so maybe trade away a center. See, that can't trade. You need to add players or draft picks to the trade before you can propose it. Yeah, so it's not gonna work. I'll just like throw in a first round pick or whatever. Just hey, still invalid. Whoa. Okay, so I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the particulars, but to me, to see Vucevic, who I've always been a fan of, pair up with Cat in Minnesota would be awesome, and to see Jimmy Butler pair up with Aaron Gordon and Mo Bamba in Orlando, although it's an extreme dark horse because of the complicated financial situations, it would definitely be so interesting to see. Of course, in that situation, once he's tradable, if he's not already, you might have to consider trading Evan Fournier just to clean up some cap room to sign Jimmy Butler to an extension. But I think that would be tremendous. Bringing Jimmy Butler back to the East, especially putting him in with that team loaded with young talent that just can't put it together. Jimmy Butler has playoff experience. He has lots of experience. He could possibly teach those kids some things. Now, let me know in the comment section down below who you think is the most likely team to land Jimmy Butler. And it doesn't have to be realistic, as in it actually works, just to mind you. But if, let's say, you had a team that's the favorite, let me know who you think would be in the trade. Would it just be Jimmy Butler for someone like, let's say, Vucevic and Augustine and some picks? Or would it be like Jimmy Butler and maybe a lesser Timberwolf for some first-round picks or stuff like that, depending on the team that you want him to go to. Now, it doesn't have to be a realistic team, like, let's say, if you want, oh, I'll trade Terry Rozier and Marcus Smart for Jimmy Butler for the Celtics. It's just whatever you want it to be. Let me know in the comment section down below. And guys, like I said, most likely team, Clippers. That would be very interesting in the West. It would shake it up a little bit. Probably knock Minnesota out of the playoff contention, depending on who they got back. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.